Welcome to the final round of the Martin Sports Car Club iRacing League Championship for Season 3. This week we're at the famous Sebring International Raceway from Sebring, Florida, which is a home track to a lot of these drivers, and we should see a lot of excitement going on this week. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Lexi Plumley.
Hey y'all, from Tennessee!
She's excited about being here. So as the last race that we have here for this championship, there's a lot of GT4 cars and some people switching it up. So we have some normal drivers that were normally in GT4 cars are now in GT3s. In GT4 we're in the Miatas and back and forth. So we are going to get this started on a short parade lap with Skylar Gregg right out front and the pole with Dean Dibdahl right behind him, and Justin Hall in second place. So Skylar gets a great jump past the start-finish line. Coming into turn one, you can see that this pack is going to be tight. There's a lot of BMW GT4. Oh no, Skylar's the wall going in and sends him a little bit wide, and that gives Dean Dibdahl in the Porsche going right into from third to first. And looks like we've got a slew of icon BMW M4s this week. And we got two racing Porsche GT3s for Zane Plumley Motorsports and some other individuals that are out there as well. So, somebody goes off wide. I'm pretty sure that was Zane Plumley. That was me, because I'm always good for that, holding in fifth spot. So, let's spread out the action a little bit. And, here comes Skylar coming in at the famous turn 7 hairpin. And makes a beautiful inside move on Dean. Dean takes a little bit shorter route, and the two differences. And shoots to the outside, and a very aggressive move by Dean. Wants to get right back by, even though he's still a little bit past that through that last hairpin. So as we go through, let's change some scenes. All right, you can see everybody going. And what you got, Lexi?
I just want to remind everybody that the contest is still on.
And what contest is that?
Whoever has the coolest car, I will choose, and they get a picture of a trophy. And they are going to be on Racing Motorsports Club website on Facebook.
All right, thank you, Lexi. All right, so the top two contenders, Skylar and Dean, are at it tooth and nail already as they get back to the turn 16 onto the long straight, going into the famous and bumpy turn 17. Let's see if we can get it on board so you can just see how bumpy this corner is. So pretty smooth back here. I can't see it, but I know Dean is on the right side, so he's going to make the move. He's going to give him some room. Dean goes in, and Skylar cuts in on the underneath and makes a nice over-underpass. So you can see that car just bouncing all over the place. It's one of the roughest tracks. One thing about Sebring, the history of Sebring actually was it used to be a military, what was the word I'm looking for, airport. And a long time ago, back in the 50s, what they did, nice over-under again by Skylar. These guys are just having a blast. Let's get back to the outside action. So it was actually an old airport, and then when they closed the base down, someone decided to buy it and turn it into the Sebring Raceway. And there has not been a lot of improvements to the track itself, even a lot of area around it has, with the more grandstands and some better, boxes and what. And Dean is just all over. He's loving that move to get out from underneath somebody's toe as they head to the hairpin. But they're just giving him a hard time. They're just knocking him all around. These Icon boys are not playing around this week. We got 4 of these M4s that are just trying to make sure everybody understands who is big boss here in this championship. All right, Lexi, talk about the racing.
About racing.
Tell me what you see.
I see that, since I'm going to give out points, can everyone get, 20, since we just started?
You can give out 20 points for just starting. That's not a problem at all.
About racing. Can I tell you what kind of track I would like to be on?
Yes. What kind of track would you like to be on?
I know this track does not exist, but I want it to be a mermaid track.
A mermaid track?
Oh, it's a girly stuff.
Yeah, I know. That is kind of a girly thing. All right, let's get some timing and scoring up. So lap 2 of 25 lap race going on today. So the Miatas are going to be stretched all the way to the full amount of their gas tank. And I know the GT4s took a couple gallons out of there just to make it through the end. But the big question here is going to be tires. Sebring's loves track itself, just loves to eat tires. A lot of these long radius corners, a lot of bumps put a lot of stress on the tire, a lot of heat, a lot of breakdown, in the rubber compound. So a lot of guys are going to be really trying to watch their tires. So back to the Miata class. So there's a whole slew of Miatas there. There's Bob Blucher out in front, who was in a Miata car this week, and he feel a little uneasy about that, but he was actually kind of happy. Leland Giddens back there in the white car is chasing him in second, with Bjorn in third, Chris Wells in fourth, Artie in fifth, and Banana Man bringing up the rear, who looked like he was trying to make up some spots on that last section. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go check in with the GT4s. You got anything, Lexi? Apparently not.
I do.
Oh, you do have something. Okay.
But it's not really about this track. It's about the mermaid track.
You want to talk about this mermaid track? All right, so go ahead and talk about it.
About the mermaid track, it's like, it looks like underwater. The sky, there's shells everywhere that open up with beautiful pearls in them, and my car is going to be mermaid with pearls all over the place and mermaid.
Is it going to have a Porsche 930 whale tail on it?
Yes.
Okay, she has no idea what that is, but for us car guys, we definitely know what that is. Definitely not the T-tray of the 911. So, all right, back to the action. So the groups have been split up between the GT4s and also now the Miata, so there's a little bit of gap in there. We're still running a little bit of a freight train. Skylar way out front, probably with a 3-4 second lead as he goes through the S's down to turn 16. Takes a little bit wide off track, but to get a better straighter line, not to go off into the grass, to get on the power sooner, right about there. So if you don't go out wide at first, you do end up taking a nice slip and slide, and those concrete walls on the side will absolutely destroy your car. Wouldn't know anything about that because I didn't hit those walls. I hit the walls in turn 17. But that's another story for another day. Well, let's get back to the action. So, do you have anything to say about the track, Lexi? Not the mermaid track.
Everyone is doing spectacular.
All right. So we still have Skylar up front, Dean in second, Justin in third, who normally sometimes drives a Miata, but he is in another M4 this week, which seems to be the popular car. The Icon drivers that we have this week, which are sponsored by Icon Sim Sports, makers of amazing chassis. We have Skylar, and after that is Bradley, and Crashmaster Z is myself. And who do we forget? Justin? So, all right, and some name that you're seeing up there coming up in fourth place is Aaron Nash, who is making his way up the field to the front. And what you got?
I want to go down the leader.
You want to go down the leaderboard? Okay.
In first place is Skylar, Dean, Justin, Aaron, Bradley, Junie, Crashmaster?
That's me, Crashmaster Z.
Andrew, Bob, Bjorn, Blinky, Leland, Banana Man, Artie, and Eric.
All right, good deal. So thank you very much, Lexi, for that. So the fourth Icon driver, which I was looking for up front, which is where they normally are, was Eric. Back there in the back, I think he had a connection issue and had to reboot and come back into the race. Oh no, who's that? Skylar. Skylar went off from the lead. Don't know what happened. He is completely off. Maybe hit one of the curbs out there and ends up hitting the wall and sending himself, probably drops about 4 places back there. Let's go check to see how his car is doing. A little bit of damage. Seems to be driving okay. Does be fighting the wheel. The big test will be coming up through this corner. But no matter what kind of car you have, you're always going to be fighting the wheel on this bumpy part. So it looks pretty solid. It wasn't too hard of a hit. So hopefully he can regain some of that composure and get back up to the front. All right, here's Bjorn. Out back, he is in the mix. He is in second place. So he had passed Leland. Looks like Leland had a little issue and maybe dropped a couple places back there. I know a lot of the guys were complaining about the tires not having grip for the first couple laps, and usually gets about 3 or 4 laps before they come in. So hopefully Leland didn't damage his car. We can check in on him. There we go. Oh, and he did have an off. And the Zamplombi Motorsports Miata. It's got a little bit of black eye there on the driver's side. So, but it seems to be going well, and he's going to fight through it no matter what that is, because that's the way Leland does. All right, and Artie looked like he got into the back of somebody. Maybe he was bump drafting, thinking it was at Daytona. I'm not really sure, but he is definitely second to last from Banana Man, who's back there. Maybe he also had a problem as well. Let's check in on his car. Looks okay. Not sure, maybe just had a big spin and just trying to get back into it. So, all right, let's get back up to the lead pack, which would be Dean. Right out front. Looks like about 3-4 second lead back to there. So he is on autopilot, and hopefully he's got this thing dialed in. And I know he wants to take it to the end of the race, but we still have 20 laps to go. That is a lot. So
25 this time?
yes, fun 25 laps. So the season finale is always a little bit longer, you know, just for a little bit more excitement and to see how everyone matches up with a little more adversity in a longer race. So sometimes strategy comes into play, whether you want to save your tires or you want them to take a pit stop and try to get fast tires on softs, but you lose the time. So a lot of ways you can play it in a longer race, but I think everyone for this one is just going for a full tank and just having at it. So nice job with Dean. Just to let everybody know that Zamplombi Motorsports did pick up 2 drivers during this season, and they're going to be campaigning both GT3 cars for the next season. One is going to be Dean himself, who will be in an Audi R8 next to me in my Audi R8, and Junie Thompson is the second Zamplombi Motorsports driver who is sponsored, and he will be running the Ferrari 488 in the ZPM livery. So look for that in the next couple weeks. We're going to take a little bit of a 2-week break until we start the next season to get ready for that, since we're jumping up to a lot of different cars, and should be spectacular. We're adding more races, having some drops for some of the guys just to make it fair for everybody. So looking for a bigger and better season coming out. All right, so that is Banana Man. Michael Cabrera is the first of the Miatas to get lapped, and looks like he is going to try to stay out of the way, everybody, and doing a good job of that, staying on his line as the GT4 cars go around. All right, there's Aaron Nash, definitely making his way through. He's up to 3rd place after starting from the pits on this one. He's a very quick driver, also an Icon driver as well, but just is not racing with the Icon livery this particular week. But always he is up there in contention for 1st place all the time. One of the notables that we are missing this week is, oh no, Banana Man goes off, and so does Zane Plumley, follows him right off. Yep, so that's why Crashmaster Z, myself, always you know, lives up to his name at that point. So I should have stayed with Chris Wells and run a Miata Waste last week. So as we're going through, Justin Hall in 2nd place with Aaron closing the gap in ever so slightly, but he's going to be patient, you know, with the 25 lap race. He's going to pick his time. It's a sprint race, but not in the sense that he has to get it done in the next 2 laps. So he'll be looking for a little bit of weak spot and see if Justin's going to make any mistakes. But knowing Justin, he's also a great driver as well. He's probably going to try to hold off Aaron as much as he can. So we've got some other Icon drivers behind that, which is Bradley and Zane, which are pretty much, looks like they're working together right now, nose to tail. Oh, and it looks like Aaron is making the move on the inside and takes over 2nd place from Justin Hall. That was a nice, easy move. Oh, but it looks like Justin Hall's going to come back in on the inside, pokes a nose out, and decides better not to and just stay tight. Again, long race. These guys are being very selective about where they start passing. Not quite the time to go crazy and, you know, wear out all the cars and everything else. So there we go with Bradley and Skyler. So one thing about the icon cars that you see, they may all look the same, but they did take the time to put the names onto the side. So we thank those guys for taking the time for customizing the cars, make it a little bit easier to tell who is who at this point. Here we get to the front of Bradley's car going into the hairpin. Pinches off the corner just a little bit. Got to get up the gas and then back on for almost what seems like a double apex right before you get into a left. All right, Lexi, I haven't heard from you. What you got?
Can I give them points?
You want to give him more points? You already got him 20, but you can give him more points. 60 points for everybody. You guys are racking it up, and you're only 7 laps in of a 25-lap race. All right, let's check in with Bob Blucher. There we go. This is famous blue and yellow. You see how he's pretty steady through there. Not really fighting the wheel too much as you normally would expect with that bumpy of a corner, but Bob is really smooth. And he is also out in front by a few seconds in front of Bjorn there. And it looks like Chris Wells might be making up some time. But look at how close he comes to hugging that wall, taking advantage of all the track from wall to wall. There's an apex cone in the middle. Bob hits it nicely, opens it up, gets on the gas, and he is headed back through the rest of the paved section. Well, look at Bob sliding that car around. I'm sure I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or the tires are starting to give out a little bit, but he is smooth, but he's also just a little bit aggressive as well. So there was some complaints about tires going off, and it felt like the whole entire racetrack had about an inch of water everywhere on it. But Bjorn looks like, Bjorn's making a move into the inside. Hopefully he doesn't overcook it with the bad angle. Oh, and he did. He went off. Sorry, the camera didn't miss. Camera missed that, but yeah, just went in a little too hot, a little too hard of an angle, wasn't slowed down enough. Out into the grass and ice skating, he went on the green stuff. So with that, looks like he recovered, but he did lose some time, probably a good 5, 6, 7 seconds back there. All right, let's check in with the leaders again and see how they're doing. All right, there's Dean still out in front in his Zane Plumbing Motorsports Porsche Cayman. And Aaron has pretty much split the gap between him and Justin Hall. And it looks like he might be making his way forward to bid for the lead of this race at some point. Oh no, Justin Hall. What happened? He just went out. He just ended up probably giving it too much gas coming out of that corner and just ended up in the fence. Let's check on his car. Doesn't look like too much damage. It's probably just a little slide off track. Lost maybe a little bit of time to the leaders, but I'm sure that he'll be able to make it up with his Shut Up and Drive It sponsored car, which is his website that he has at YouTube. And if you ever had a chance, so they do stream these with actually multiple drivers, which is pretty neat, and they got the chat going on in Discord. So it's a good time, and he just passes Bjorn right through there really quick. The closing speeds on these things are ridiculous on the straights. So Lexi, you got something?
Yes, it's about racing. Well, the contest.
Okay, what's the contest?
I have 2 hints for you. What I like is mermaids and My Little Pony, which someone already did that. So again.
So are you looking for the car that you want to give the prize to? Have you been looking? Any prospects out there yet?
I'm still looking.
Okay, still looking. All right. All right, set the camera on the exciting mode, so it's going to bounce around a little bit, see what kind of action that we can catch out here. So, yep, Dean's still out in front. Coming up on some lap traffic. So this is Bob, the leader of the Miatas, and his Rothman's Miata. He's also a very big Porsche fan. So he kind of mixed both of those liveries together and very kindly gets out of the way. Lets these two GT4 cars have at it, because Aaron is now pressuring on the back of Dean to vie for that top spot. Definitely Dean has his hands full, I can tell you that. Aaron is a pretty quick dyer. Because how's he have his hands full?
Yeah, because the car has no hands and he's driving with his hands.
That's right, that's why his hands are full. They're full of steering wheel, and his mirrors are full of Aaron right now.
Oh. I hope he has air conditioning there. It must be hot.
No, some of these cars don't have air conditioning, and especially in the heat of Florida. Yep. And even though the calendar up on the screen on the Sebring track map does say August 1st, 2020, but if you look at the temperatures down below, it's a 78-degree day, which we know can never ever happen in the middle of August in Florida, not without a rainstorm. Track temperature is 121 degrees, so it's really cooking those tires just a little bit, you know, making the grip a little bit less, and probably don't keep them as much grip as they wanted to wear them out. Oh, there goes Junie taking a wide approach. Turn 17, and we got a little contest for lead between Aaron. He poked the nose a little bit in there and decided, maybe not. Maybe we'll just wait for a better opportunity.
Just switch places.
Yep. And there goes Junie on the inside of Justin after a small wreck, and with the wrecked ZPM Miata of Leland Giddens getting all tied in there, and hopefully going 3 wide. This is crazy. It's going to bottleneck here real soon. Looks like Leland gets out of the way. Thank you very much, sir. And letting these guys continue to go at it.
I think they're going to pass each other.
You think they're going to pass each other? Who's going to pass who? That guy's going to pass that guy. That's like saying that car is going to pass that car.
Or that person. I was right.
Yeah. Oh, they made a pass for the inside, but overcooked it just a little too much. Oh, that's crazy. And
Awesome. Wait, I can't see the man back. I can't see a person in the white car. Is he in there?
of course he's in there. No.
White stands for ghost. Woo!
Oh boy, did you have Halloween candy left over somewhere in your room you're hiding?
No, only Valentine's from my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I think that's where
All right, well, you just told everybody in TV land, they're all 60 watchers that are going to watch this, that, you know, you not have candy in your bedroom. You better go hide it. All right, there goes Aaron Nash with a great launch off of, looks like turn 16. Yep, going into 17 out there in front of Dean. Dean hits the brakes kind of hard, wants to stay real close. Maybe we can get a little, back end gets a little crazy on that Cayman, but keeps it under control. Nicely done. And let's see if Aaron is going to start setting some pace. See if he can break Dean's pace and see what happens. Maybe we'll force him into using up some tires towards the end of the race. Don't know. But we'll see how this all plays out. All right, let's check back in with some other guys. All right, there's Skyler. From his crash, moved back into 4th place. So we made up a couple places. Junie behind him. And Justin Hall, with that little bit of off, did lose a bit of time. And Zane Plumley is in 7th place back there. And Andrew Welsh is in 8th. Let's check on Andrew. I don't think we've talked about him yet today. There we go. There's another one of the Porsche Caymans. Can't miss it. Bright color. SO sponsored. Cayman GT4 car. I think he had a little issue in the beginning of the race and has been hanging back just a little bit, trying to catch up with some of these guys. Don't know if he's struggling with his setup that he has or if just not having a good day at the track. But hopefully he'll get back up there and start racing with some of these guys and make some positions up. But definitely can't miss that car. It's bright. All right, Artie. How you doing? What'd you bring this week? He's got an Alpha Tari with, looks like a bull on it. Yep, looks like a bull, but not a red bull. Looks like a black bull? I don't know. We'll ask Lexi what it looks like whenever she comes back. I think she went to go get snacks or go hide her candy from her mom. I don't know. All right, back out front. So these guys still keeping a tight pace. Oh, we're back at it with Junie Thompson and Justin Hall. Looks like these guys are stuck together here for a little while. Yep, back in the distance. Crashmaster Z was back there trying to make up some time on these guys. Definitely probably about a good 10, 11 seconds back after his 1, 2, or 7 accidents or offs that he had. So back at the front, Aaron's still leading. Dean, oh, is Chris? Oh, Tristan, I just took a wide line. And Blinky Wells lives up to his name. Check that out. All right. Can't miss that. One of the days he's going to get a hard line and maybe up his speed, or maybe his company that he uses for internet might help him out a little bit, so we can give him a new nickname. All right, looks about almost halfway, so lap 12 of 25, so another half lap and we'll be right there. All right, let's take a big, large view of the track here. So from our blimp view, you can catch the car numbers on the upper right-hand corner on the track itself. See where you're at. So there are the 2 cars going into the hairpin, and these guys are coming out into getting into that last right-hander before, and that's the one reason why I don't like using this particular mode, because it bounces all around everywhere. But you guys get the gist of it. So Junie still has his hands full with Justin right behind him, and Dean is still holding on to Aaron up front. So we'll see how these 2 cars match out. One generally has a little bit more power, the other one has a little bit more grip. So it should even out to be a good race, and then just leave it to the driver. Oh, a little bit too hot there for Justin Hall. It's a little bit of slide, lose a bit of time. Back out to the back stretch. Get back to our normal view. And look like Eric is out again, I think, for connection issues. So Junie definitely hitting the brakes a little bit harder to set up the car for the exit. But Justin Hall has a much better entry going into turn 17. So maybe Justin's going to go ahead and play it safe for the rest of the lap, and maybe try to poke his nose in and get the inside line and be able to pull away from Junie by, you know, having a better entry speed to the corner. We'll see how that plays out. So got a bunch of little battles going on around here. You got something, Lexi?
Go Aaron!
All right, well, she's an Aaron fan. You know, they can't see us on this. Yeah, you can jump around all you want and be a cheerleader, but they can't see that. They just hear our voice. Nice try. All right, so there's Aaron's car. Definitely out in front. Let's check on the Miata class. So there is Bob. Yeah, but you can just see the difference in the closing speeds between the GT4 cars and Miatas. I mean, Bob is flat out, and so is that Cayman as well. But Bob's out there all by himself. He's probably having a little spot of tea. Hopefully do a lot better than the last time we talked about him when he was at Sebring, when he actually wrecked the car between him and Justin Hall. And of course, then there was that other time he kind of ran out of gas. And well, there was that other time he kind of flipped the car. And there was this other time where oh, never mind. Bob, you're doing a good job, man. Keep it up. Hopefully you get this one. This might be your swan song for the season finale for there, that you can pick up a win. So keep it steady, keep your nose down, keep it going. All right, who else do we got here? And there is Banana Man. Can't miss that with those yellow wheels. Michael Cabrera. All right, so Lexi's embarrassed now. Now she doesn't want to talk. She mouthed the word halfway, even though you guys couldn't hear it. So yes, we are halfway through the race. Nice job there, Michael, getting that car set up for the corner, sliding the back end out a little bit. Next season, I know I talked about it a little bit. We're doing the GT3 cars and GT4s possibly. Looks like a lot of guys want to just jump into the GT3 cars, so we might have a one series instead of multi-class. But some of these Miata drivers have been in the cars for 2 seasons. Pretty much like, Michael Cabrera is one of them. And also Chris Wells is an 01, Artie. So some of these guys might make the step up, maybe the GT4, or just go ahead and make the big jump and go right up to the GT3 cars. So it should be an exciting season. We'll make an announcement for the new schedule, even though I posted one earlier. But there's going to be some changes because we just want to keep making things bigger and better here at the Martin Sports Car Club iRacing League. All right, so there goes Bradley right next to Michael Cabrera. And Bradley does run the 888 number, as out of respect for me, which as a good friend and competitive driver and teammate, I guess the older guy gets to choose what number because he's not as old as I am. So he added an extra 8 so I could keep 88, and really appreciate that, Bradley. That's an awesome move. Yes, that one. That's right, 888. We originally were 88, and you can't have the same car number in the same race. And I got.
He was nice enough to add an extra 8.
Yep, he was, and I really respect that. So, and he and I become great friends. And speaking of Bradley, he is the head crew chief for the Icon Sim Racing team as well. So I know I talk a lot about those guys, and there's a lot of correlation and connection. So Zane Plumbing Motorsports, who puts this on, which is a team that I built to find up-and-coming drivers, really is kind of like a farm team to get people into better, faster cars and get them more experience to move up to Team Icon, which is sponsored by Icon Sim Sports. So the Icon team actually does enter a lot of 24-hour events. They do have higher licenses, and they do race, a lot more competitive races against other people. And another thing too, obviously in the world of digital racing, streaming is a big thing as well. But it doesn't keep you from being an Icon driver. So those guys are out there as Icon team tackling the world, and want to conquer it one racetrack at a time. So if you guys are interested, just go ahead and look us up on Facebook, Icon Sim Sports, Icon Sim Racing. You can see both and see the beautiful work that Rob Neller, the team owner, does put into those handmade custom chassis that they have. And I know Bradley, was just talking about, should be receiving his Icon Sim Sports chassis. So if you are a friend of his on Facebook, I'm sure that he'll be very excited to share some pictures with you guys. So hit like and head on over to Icon Sim Sports page or Icon Sim Racing and find out what's going on there. All right, so let's talk about back to the action here. So back out front, Aaron still out front. Don't know if he is trying to get away from Dean, but Dean is making a race of this. There goes Junie on the outside of Banana Man. So these guys are still keeping it close. Still could be anybody's race at this point with more than halfway. And now we got 11 to go. Hey, Lex, you want to say anything?
Can I give out points?
Third time giving out points because that's just a long race. So I guess she can do that. And it's the season finale, so sure.
Get rid of the 20 and 60 and add 100.
All right, so everybody gained an extra 40 points. Yes, 100 is a lot. Well, if you do something bad, do you want me to spank you one time or 100 times?
Daddy!
And she's hitting me with a little hard on the stick. So, okay. Um,
I think 100 times.
you're gonna do it 100 times? Okay.
Is that okay with you? I don't want
All
to
right.
do you.
Can we get back to the action?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So, oh, it looks like Dean is close enough to try to make some of the moves onto Aaron, see if he can get back out front. He's looking real racy. Not sure if Aaron is having any tire issues or anything else, but there comes Dean. Got a good run coming out of that corner and decides to play it smart. Doesn't want to run it in one corner. And looks like he found some speed somewhere in that Porsche.
Whoa. 10 to go.
10 to go on this season finale. Yep. Yep, the race is going by quickly. And these laps are usually a little bit longer because this is a 3.6 mile road course. So the GT4 cars are running anywhere from between 214, 217 for a good lap. And I think the Miatas are running around low 230s back there. So definitely a big differentiation of speed and grip that between these two classes. So it's going to be interesting next year too when we go with two different classes. See how it's probably going to be the opposite, where the GT4 cars are going to get closed in real quickly from the GT3 cars that we're going to be racing next season. So a lot of traffic on the backstretch. Looks like teammates from both classes there between Leland and Dean. Got to take some pictures, put on Facebook. That was a good photo op right there, especially at Sebring. So being that the Martin Sport Car Club is in Orlando, Florida, Sebring's only about 2 hours away. So a lot of these guys you see racing tonight have 9 to go, have been on this track, and have used a lot of their real-world experience going around to kind of cut little time, little corners here and there to get some little bit better fast lap times. Whoa, did you see that front wheel pick up on that BMW? I hadn't seen that before on iRacing. He is really putting the hammer down now. I think he wants to go ahead and lose Dean, not worry about that anymore, and he's come up on the class leader of Bob. That will not be an issue for these guys. Plenty of straightaway to get past him and not give any drama. Last thing you want to do is have the leaders of each class take each other out. Man, Dean is all over the place. He really wants to catch back up and take the lead. He is using every inch of this track. Hopefully he's not overworking his tires, because with 9 laps to go, still a lot of racing to be had. All right, just a little cut through the field. I haven't talked too much about Crashmaster Z. Don't think he's went off in quite some time. And I know at this stage of the race, he is actually catching Junie. He was about 11 seconds back. So he might be able to put a run and catch up to Junie, maybe get that spot back that he had lost earlier. All right, Lexi, what you got?
I figured out what my car is.
You know what car you're picking already? Are you going to tell it now, or are you going to wait for the picture on the Facebook page?
I'm going to tell it at the end of who wins of this race and who wins for the content.
Okay.
So there's going to be 2 winners.
All right. And you already have your car? You already have your car that you're picking?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. You know it can't be me, right? Yeah, you can't pick me.
I'm going to need to get more thinking.
Big.
I love you. I can't pick you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm hosting this thing, so, and I'm your dad, so I mean, you can't play favorites here.
Just once. I love you. See? That's what it makes fun for.
Yep. All right, so here's Junie and Zane. All have been definitely different plan of attacks for that particular corner. And it looks like some of this is maybe some of the closer racing that's happening on the track. at this point, just looking around. Oh, passing Chris Wells, and Zane's going for a look on the inside. Whoa. And overcooks it just a little bit. Hey, can't help for trying, right? Junie, take a little bit tighter line. I guess Junie really wants to make sure that he beats his sponsor in his own race to prove himself that he is worthy to be there, which he is anyway. Junie is a great driver, very solid, very stable, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, which is great. Definitely increasing his speed and his experience every week that he is in this. So he's gonna, the more he races, the faster he's gonna get, and I'm sure we'll move him up to icon, you know, sooner than he thinks he will. All right, but he's getting a lot of pressure from the man that pays his paycheck with iRacing credits. Which is not a lot, by the way. I'm not really rich. The only reason why I have the team is for two reasons. One, I enjoy the sport and sharing it with other people, and I like to be able to help drivers become faster and love the sport as much as I do. Oh, see, there goes Zay Plumley. Look at that, Tokyo Drift. That was awesome. And he hit a cone. Had a cone. You did? Yes. Yep, that was me. My best version of Tokyo Drift. So I'm about another 10 seconds back there, and I hit a cone, so I guess I got to add another 2 seconds for the Martin drivers for autocrossing. What do you got?
I have 7 to go.
7 to go. You want to go down the running order real quick?
Okay. First we have Aaron, Dean. Wow, they're still in first place, second place. Now, Dean, Bradley, Skylar, Justin, Junie, Crash Master, Andrew, Bob, Leland, Blinky, Banana Man, Bjorn, Artie, and Eric.
Yep, Eric is out. I hadn't seen him rejoin the race yet. I don't know. Let's check in on him. Car number 18. Nope, he is not here, or else it wouldn't have taken me.
Disappeared.
Yep, he disappeared. All right, so taking a good little look at Skylar in 4th place. Bradley in 3rd on a podium. That's awesome. So he has a much different approach when it comes to a lot of these races. He said he just goes ahead and puts in the best lap he can for qualifying, and after that he just runs his race at his pace and just takes advantage of people, you know, who make mistakes around him, and it is working for him really well this week. So as it brings him up to a podium place, but I know that his teammate and good friend Skylar is on the move to try to take that 3rd place away from him. So we'll keep an eye on that one, see how that one comes about. So where do we have? Let's see, who's car number 5? Yep, there we go. So we got Justin Hall, who's back in 5th place, kind of going around a little bit by himself, and number 83, Artie. Yep, Artie is bringing up the rear of the Miatas. I don't know if he had an issue. Maybe he had to go stop for gas. I saw someone go back into the pits. I thought it was Bjorn that went into the pits for something. Maybe, oh, that's right, I do remember it. So yeah, Bjorn did go into the pits because he did not calculate his fuel correctly, and as he started the race, he was 5 laps in, and his crew chief app in his headset told him he had 5 laps left. So he went in, and I don't know if he got fresh tires, but he is, you know, definitely not in the fight right now, because let's see if 83 Artie is right there, and there's Bob, who is the class leader, in the background getting ready to pounce on him and maybe put him a lap down. So it looks like Junie that was up there just a little bit, with Zane Plumley trying to make up for that horrible mistake.
Anyways, 6 to go. So I was. Everyone is doing a fabtaculous job.
Is that a word? Fabtaculous?
I don't think so.
How do you spell it?
Hold on, fabtaculous.
F-A-B-taculous?
Fantastic.
All right, so looks like Dean, number 9 car, still in second place, trying to keep pace with Aaron up front, who looks like he has about a half a backstretch lead going into turn 17 before the start-finish line. And he wants to put Michael a little lap down. As we cross the line, we have 5 to go. Aaron, I think at this point, is probably just on cruise control. Dean fell back quite a bit. Not exactly sure if he had a little bit off or if Aaron just turned up the wick and said, I'm out of here. But nonetheless, Aaron is in definite control. Oh, there is Junie. A little bit off track there. Looks like he might be having some front tire issues. And looks like Zane is closing up that gap again on Junie.
5, 2, go.
All right, Bob's still in command of the Miatas, and of course he's having fun with no tires on a hot track right now, sliding that thing all over the place. All right, here goes Dean on the inside of Banana Man. This will be the last race that you're going to see Banana Man in a Miata, but I'm sure it's not the last time we're going to see those yellow wheels on that car. If he ends up changing his name or changing his wheels, we're going to have to think of a new nickname for him. What do you think?
Well, I have to see what it's like without the yellow wheels. Maybe we can call him Green Man. Or like in the Hollow.
Oh, I don't watch The Hollow. I'm not 7 years old.
I'm 7 years old.
I know. Oh, Artie. What happened, Artie? Oh, is that a turn 1? Yep, it's a turn 1 with a little too much speed. Couple bounces, maybe upset the chassis. Sent him out there, but no harm, no foul. Just some lost time on the track, but did not damage the car at all. So, oh, and we got...
They have a broken eye.
Yep, and Leland on the outside, making up some spaces. So that puts Leland into second place. I don't think exactly what that pass already was. I think a lap down at that point, but Leland looks like he might be catching Bob a little bit. Not really sure. And there is Bradley, who is right on the back of Bjorn. Should make quick work of him on this back stretch with the extra horsepower that BMW has. So Bradley's still holding down third place. And there's Skyler in the background, looming ever so softly that he wants that last place on the podium with 4 laps to go. It's a lot of time to make up, especially these guys are pretty evenly matched. So hopefully, Bradley's got his head down, and he's got his feet nice and fancy, dancing all over those pedals, keeping it going. All right, so there is Zane Plumley, still making up time on Junie. With only 4 laps to go, might be tough to be able to get past Junie in the Cayman. All right, guys, it's going to be settling in just a little bit. Everyone's spread out. Besides, there are some multi-class cars passing each other. Outside of that, I don't see a lot of stuff going on. Do you see anything crazy going on, Lexi?
No, but there's 4 to go.
You already said there's 4 to go.
I did?
Yeah. All right, so check in with everybody. Bradley, there's Bob out front. Looks like Leland is catching him a little bit, but 4 laps to go. That's a lot of time to make up and a lot of track underneath them. We'll keep an eye on that towards the closing laps. Zane is definitely making up time on Junie. It's definitely apparent. That's probably the 3rd time that I've had to come back from 10 seconds down If I could just keep it on track, I might be able to get, somewhere near the front someday. But, it's a goal. I'll keep working on it. And there's Artie going into the pits. Hopefully he doesn't have anything.
He has
To,
a broken eye.
he's got something broken.
It's his eye.
Yep.
The car's eye.
Yep. And there's Skylar with Justin right behind him. There's Junie. He is driving for all his worth, saying there's no way, Jose, that I am letting Zane catch me. And he is using every inch of that track and every bit of that tire. Yep. And there's Banana Man. Oh, Skylar, man, back end just hooked that outside of that curb. I don't know if that saved you or hurt you, but definitely made for an exciting moment there for a second. And Leland Giddens in second place. Definitely making up some time on Bob. Chris Wells, kind of a quiet race for him today. He is holding down the last place on the podium spot for...
Skylar.
Yep. Skylar's texting to Bob talking about next season. So the guys are already excited. Well, we raced last night. We're just doing the commentary. Or else my wheel would be moving with my hands on it right now. Oh.
Blinky's back.
Yeah, Blinky's back. So yeah, quiet race from Chris. Haven't found out what he's going to do for next season either. Whether he's going to jump right into the GT3 cars or maybe take on the Cayman and GT4. But I'm sure he'll do a little bit of testing, ask some questions, and if he would just take a drive to Tennessee, he could drive whatever car he wanted on iRacing and make up his mind, and we'd drink a lot later. But that's for another story for another time. Yep. All right, and Aaron Nash out in the lead of the whole entire race in the GT4 class. Dean in second, still trying. He is using every bit of that car up on two wheels around the curbs. He wants to catch Aaron so badly. He's not giving up. I tell you what, this is so Dean, for some of you may not know, he is 13 years old. His dad, Richard, is very proud of him. He also races cars in real life. He also does race on his simulator in slippers and pajamas sometimes, which is really cool. That you could be, 13 years old racing on your dad's sim. But one of the reasons why I picked him up, definitely has a lot of talent and a lot of composure for a 13-year-old to race around with these guys. And of course, in second place today, which is just amazing for him. So I couldn't be more proud that he is on the ZP Motorsports team, and looking forward to a lot of time with him and working with him, especially, getting him up to a goal of Icon sponsorship, which would be great. All right, moving back up the there's Justin Hall. And, Andrew, what happened?
He's in the pit.
I know he's in the pit. He's at pit service in progress is what it says. So hopefully he didn't damage the car too bad and he get back out there and finish up. And then Bjorn is the last car as we go through everything. All right, Lexi, what'd you have to say?
Two things. Before that, it was 3 to go, but you were talking too much.
Wow, I was talking too much. Have you ever met Chris Wells?
No.
Okay, well...
In real life.
Chris, I love you, man, but this is really your job. So hopefully I'm looking to purchase some more or some better quality broadcasting and commentating, streaming software for next season, which it might allow me to bring in somebody else who's in a different location to commentate with me. Because I know you guys are probably tired of hearing my voice, and I know I probably have some phrases all the time that I say too much that I don't realize it because I'm trying to figure out what I'm saying next. But I do appreciate everybody who does watch and does give support, and I know all the guys are very thankful for putting the league together, and I am more than happy to do it because I'm having just as much fun as they are as well, and get some quality daddy-daughter time here the next night, and get to hang out with the boys and race. So all great things. So again, thank you to everybody. Starting to close up the season. All right, so 2 to go. Let's check on our leader. Actually, the 2 leaders in the same spot right there. So the leader, Bob, win the Miata class. and Aaron in the GT4 class making their way, looks like, for last lap. All right, I know there was some racing going on somewhere. And it looked like Zane got past Junie. Could not let that happen where Junie would have to best his paycheck signer. And I know Junie said he was actually struggling with a lot of front end grip. Don't know if he used up the front of his tires too early, but he is still wanting ever so badly not to lose that spot to me. You can definitely tell by the attitude of the car at which he is driving it that he does want back up front. All right, so here comes another line of yours, Lexi, that you like.
One to go.
Yep, last lap. All right, Aaron Nash with nobody around him. He's got the whole track to himself. He could probably stop by a fruit stand, buy some honey, get back in his car, and still maybe win the race. Obviously a fast driver. We are missing Justin Katie here this week. Not sure. I know sometimes he has other obligations for his other team that he races for, but we do miss him. So hopefully we'll get him back in 2 weeks for the GT3. He will probably, if he does, show up in the Mercedes AMG GT3 car, which he has put in a gazillion miles in and has been very victorious with that car on a lot of different races, a lot of different levels. So it'll be good to see a lot of disparity between the 5 different cars that will be in the GT3 class. So coming on to the last time on the back stretch for Aaron, and there's Dean in the background coming out of 16. Aaron's taking it nice and easy around this last turn and off to the checkered flag. And there he goes as the season 2 week 6 winner, Aaron Nash. I think that might be his first win this season. I'll have to go check the books, but congratulations to Aaron. With Dean, there he is. little victory sliding around there. He's definitely happy. I know he would have loved to won the race, but second place for him, I know he's very happy about as well. Third, we got Bradley. There he goes. Nice job, Bradley. Congratulations. So where is Bob at? Bob's on the back half of the track. Let's check in with Junie. Oh, Junie's lost some time to Zane, so it looks like Zane is going to keep his 6th place where he started. Coming around the last corner. And looks like they are starting. Yeah, nice job, Junie. Flashing the lights. Nice IMSA Lamas trait there. All right, so we got some cars. Playing Crash 'em Up Derby for the celebration of the last race. Let's see, check in with Bob. Let's get him. Definitely has a big old lead on Leland Giddens in 2nd place. There's Dean still having fun. Oh, Leland had a little bit of a crash. Not sure exactly what happened, but he was able to hold on to 2nd place. He had really mangled that thing up. All right, so let's check in at the end of the race. Still got some cars on track taking their victory lap. Other ones have already decided They're going to play Crash'em Derby. All right, so real quick, rolling down the order. Aaron, congratulations on winning the finale race for this season. Dean, a very hard-fought second place. Bradley, congratulations on a podium and a very steady race, followed by Skylar, Justin, and myself, and Junie. And Andrew looks like he was in the pit there at the end fixing his car, and Eric had some internet connection issues. For the Miata class, Bob Lucher, there he goes right past the line, for his first win at the Martin Sports Car Club iRacing League. So congratulations, Bob, on that. So you definitely picked the right car this weekend, followed by Leland Giddens, Blinky Chris Wells, Bjorn, Banana Man, and Artie bringing up the end. So thank you very much to everybody for another season of tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a different class and hopefully some more racers. So thank you very much for your support, and we'll talk to you soon.